Yeah, my wonderful people, make you hear, make gonna hear this breaking news. Oh, this one is coming from the camp of President Muhammadu Buhari, Abi President Muhammadu Buhari. Why Buhari can't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before May 29? RAY community replies on Igbo. So, my wonderful people, on a well done and on a welcome to this afternoon broadcast. This one is coming from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the things of life, about the Nigerian struggle, and about what is happening before us, behind us, and after us. So that's what the thing take be. So my wonderful people, without not taking much of our time, let us do what? Let us take the little headlines we have here. This news is going to be brief. If you never subscribe to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or post something new on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Here is another blockbuster and a breaking news. Fraud. How Seyi Tinubu bought London mansion for $10.8 million report. Where this money is coming from, all these ones we are talking about, they don't have source of income other than government money. Just before the election, two of Tinubu's daughters purchased a house worth $1 million in the UK, in the US. Paid cash, not mortgage and not credit. Where this money is coming from, nobody dares to question. But mistakenly, an Igbo man, or let's say P2B's son or daughter now went and purchased even a house of $100,000. All the hair will let loose. It will be that P2B has squandered Anambra State government money. On our way down, another try. Presidential election that produces Mazi Tinubu not free fair. Professor Onigbo they don't reply. What do they call him? Muhammadu Buhari. When he says that the election is free and fair. Even Lai Mohammed was at it again. You listen to what P2B told Lai Mohammed. He said the money he spent going to Washington DC and the UK to give a propagandous news is enough to build just 6 rooms, 6 classrooms, primary school for his community. But this man now, don't be surprised that when he went to his community, some classroom or some primary schools there don't even have a desk where students can sit down. Not even any roof under their head. Most of them study under the tree. These are the people who have held this power for decades. Yes, from the inception of Nigeria, even from 1914 to the rest of them, other things that happened. The Hausas and Fulanis have been in the forefront of this very leadership also. But ask them anything in terms of poverty, they are the poverty capital of Nigeria and the world. It is the northern part of Nigeria and the southern part as well. So my good people, please let us not waste much of our time. We need to do what? We need to give our news as it ought to be. Or I don't hear them election that produce Tinubu is not free and can never be fair. This one is coming from Professor Onigbo. This one is a Yoruba man, so no be say when Igbo man talk now. Or I go just begin to raise eyebrow. This one don't talk, this one don't talk. This one and his own brother. He don't come out and let them know that this man is what? This man is not worthy to be what people are giving to him. So my wonderful people, my Biafran people, my Biafran brothers and sisters, please, I want you to tighten your seatbelt because we are about to take off at this very point in time. So, my people, let us do what? Let us move there. Why Buhari can't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before May 29? The Arewa community in southern Nigeria has supported the call for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Musa Saidu, the leader of the community, made a remark in a response to the call by the President General of Igbo, Emmanuel Iwanyamu. Iwanyamu have urged Buhari to release Kanu before May 29. However, Saidu said Iwanyamu's call was wrong. He wondered if the killings in the southeast would stop if Kanu is released. In a statement he signed, Saidu said, "Where were they when Kano was leading IPOB militants to kill innocent people in the southeast?" So suddenly now, the Hausas now is showing concern over the southeast. Okay, now where were they? Okay, where are the government and the Hausa youth forum or whatever they are being called? When the Fulani are massacring our people in Amufu, Amufu, what they call it, in Enugu State. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been held captive for over 2 years now, and the killing still continues. So are you telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also inside the DSS solitary confinement and say order for people to be killed? You people don't have anything again to say. Your paying masters again is not giving you people a good script to read to the public. That is the most painful part of it. Well, whichever way it is, my dear people, let us proceed with the news of the day. Not only in the southeast, so many members of the Arewa community were attacked in Port Harcourt and nobody said anything. We have the figures. We have even the photos of those killed in cold blood. Now they are clamoring for his release. What guarantee are they giving that the killings will not continue if he is released? So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now have been the head of the killings even in the northeast, northwest, and the north central. In southern Kaduna alone, the number of people that die there on daily basis surpasses what dies in the southeast in complete year. The number of people that died in southern Kaduna on daily basis, okay, let's say on weekly basis, surpasses the number of people that are dying in the southeast yearly. Not that I'm supporting the killing, no. Do not misunderstand me or misquote me. I'm not supporting anything, but I just want to put it. Let the record be straight that you can never use northeast, northwest, or north central to compare what is happening in the southeast. So, my dear, hold your breath. Tell your paying master that your paying master, let them upgrade their script. This one they are giving to you people is a bit old format now. We know about all these things. Try to counter whatever anyone calls for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, so that you make you people to look relevant. Nigeria, on our way down, no. Kanu has been detained by the Department of State Service (DSS) since he was extraordinarily rendition from Kenya. The IPOB leader was brought back to continue his trial before the Nigerian court over his agitation for Biafra. Despite being discharged and acquitted by the Court of Appeal, the federal government has refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As on the hearing, this one, now the Arewa youths, now they come now to counter the plea from the newly elected or newly appointed Ohaneze Ndigbo President General. Fraud, Seyi Tinubu or how Seyi Tinubu bought London mansion that worth $10.8 million. Seyi, the son of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been linked to the purchase of a London mansion under fraud investigation by the federal government. Seyi reportedly bought the house in 2017 for $10.8 million through his firm, Bloomberg reported. Citing previously unreported UK company documents, the report said the property acquired by Seyi's firm was part of the biggest corruption scandals the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari was seeking to probe. The documents seen by the Bloomberg show the president's select son's 37-year-old is the main shareholder of Aranda Overseas Corporation, an offshore company that paid £9 million, that is $10.8 million, to Deutsche Bank to the property in North London in the late 2017. The private 3-4 residence in St. John's Wood, a district favored by American bankers, is equipped with an 8-car driveway, 2 gardens, electric gates, and a gym, the report said. It said at the time of the purchase, Nigerian government was seeking to arrest the house's former owner, accusing him of going on the run while owning the country and oil trading debt worth more than $1.5 billion. Nigeria currency now is not being determined by naira. It is now being determined by billions of dollars, pounds, and euros. The state was also attempting to confiscate the upscale real estate and other assets it suspected had been acquired by the businessman Kolawale Aluko with the profits of crime. The foreign newspaper said Daily Trust report that Tinubu 86 won the presidential selection in February as the candidate of the ruling All Poverty Congress (APC) and is scheduled to succeed Buhari on the May 29, 1999. I have to backdate it. So that can you now? But they cannot tell me in this new era, in this 21st century, that they will take our country and hand it over to an ancestor to rule us. Unbelievable. There is no suggestion that President-elect Bola Tinubu was personally involved in the acquisition of the UK property. In 2017, current President Muhammadu Buhari visited him there in August of 2021, nearly 4 years after the purchase took place. Tinubu, who we took over as the head of state this month, has long been questioned about the source of his family's wealth, including throughout the recent selection campaign, when he and his representatives were pressed about it by local and international media. He said he and his campaign have said he made his fortune before going into politics by inheriting real estate from who? Investing well and working as an accountant at a Deloitte LLP and an executive of the Nigerian subsidiary of Mobile Oil in the 1980s and early 1990s. In an interview with the BBC in the run-up to the selection, Tinubu cited Warren Buffett as an example he followed to become rich, the report added. Bloomberg said Tinubu's spokesman and say he did not respond to emails, phone calls, and text messages seeking comment. It also said a British lawyer listed as Aranda's agents in the UK declined to comment, citing confidentiality rules. The report recalled that Buhari's administration had initiated legal cases against former Minister of Petroleum, Dizani Alexander Madueke, and the two businessmen, Aluko and Olajide Omokoro, who won lucrative contracts during her tenure. The U.S. government said in the 2017 for future lawsuit filed in Texas that the pair bribed the minister by funding her lavish lifestyle and failed to pay the state energy company for most of the crude they received. The report further stated Alexander Madueke, who is based in London, has denied the allegations. She is challenging multiple for future orders issued by the Nigerian courts and has accused the anti-corruption agency of blocking her efforts to defend herself in a criminal proceedings. In June of 2016, a federal judge in the capital, Abuja, granted a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to seize more than a dozen properties that Aluko had acquired in Nigeria and abroad, including the one in St. John's Wood. That for future order was still in force when Tinubu's son bought the house out of a receivership 16 months later. The ruling was made in an interim basis, pending the conclusion of an investigation into Aluko that was still ongoing as of at least the end of 2018. According to the court filings, Aluko can't comment on the forfeiture case because it is still sub judice. His lawyer Tokumbo Jaye Aguro said by email. On a hearing, if na Igbo man purchase this thing now, the hell would have let loose. If na BIAFRA man do this thing now, the hell would have let loose. Look at how these people are squandering Lagos State money. All in the name of we build Lagos, and the entire Lagos revenue is going into one man's treasury. Nobody is saying anything. A professor of political philosophy Akinyemi Onigbohinde has noted that the presidential election, which was won by the candidates of All Poverty Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, was not free and can never be fair, according to Onigbohinde. Onigbohinde, in an interview with Nigerian Tribune, said the elections conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) were not credible. According to Onigbohinde, INEC allegedly disabled the beavers to favor Tinubu. He said, "We saw it as it happened, even in the last election conducted by INEC without prejudice to whatever the court will say. The election that produced Tinubu was not free and can never be fair," according to this prof. INEC deliberately disabled beavers for the presidential election. Why did it work for the National Assembly election, which was held on the same day? Suddenly, they said beavers did not work again. What an irony of a country or of a failed country. He further stated that election in Lagos was tampered with to reduce the votes of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, according to Onigbohinde. Onigbohinde said, "We have it on good authority that the result in Lagos was terribly doctored to reduce the votes of Peter Obi." He alleged that APC used violence and played the tribal card to gain the advantage of the Yorubas and divide the electorate. The professor added, "They went overdrive in the governorship election. In fact, they reduced my humanity as a Yoruba person with the kind of bigotry displayed in the second election. Suddenly, the election turned to where we had to bring in Igunu masquerade and Oro with the people beaten out of queue. Even some Yoruba who look like Igbo people were beaten and denied the chance to vote in the election or to exercise their civic rights. We should know that these politicians have captured even the judiciary. Look at the pronouncement of the Supreme Court on Senators Ahmed Lawan and Godswill Akpabio. People who did not even take part in the primaries of their parties were declared the rightful candidates. Look at Imo State today. So whoever has access to the judiciary now gets the votes. We should call what we have a civilian administration and not civil administration, because there's nothing civil even in the way these people come to power. Rigging no longer has finance as far as people are concerned. Balance in Lagos threatened people. Balance in Lagos threatened people not to come out and vote for the candidates of their choice unless they were ready to vote for a particular candidate. This thing has never happened in Nigeria. They did this to ensure a section of the votes did not come out to vote. So I don't know what you meant by harsh in my statement. There is a total state capture. Nobody outside the political class, no matter your ideas, can win an election now. Who are you to have ideas on how you intend to want to run the country better when a party sold its nomination forms for 100 million naira? The election has been turned into a lottery. The 100 million naira is a ticket to get you into the lottery room, not even to begin to play. To play, which is to contest the election, you require hundreds of billions of naira. Do you know what is 100 million naira? According to this my professor is. Do you know about it? You don't know. The professor decried the monetary tool employed by politicians and the weaponization of poverty, saying, "We have monetized politics and weaponized poverty. People now just go to queue behind the person you can give them food." I am from Eba in Ogun Central, but I have been one of the advocates of the Yewa agenda over the years. How could you have a people out of the 3 senatorial districts in the state who have not been able to produce the governor of the state? Suddenly, somebody who has played all his politics in Lagos State and whose name has never been mentioned as being from Yewa has now become a Yewa person. Maybe he just remembered the story of his great-grandfather who was said to have come from Elaro or wherever and switched over to Yewa people. While I know they finish. Immediately, they handed over the political structure to him because he has money from being a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Later, House of Representatives and Senate wise. He is now the senator-elect from Yewa. The people of the Yewa rejected their own tested and trusted sons and daughters who had been there for them. It is about money. He has enough money to send everybody away from the dance floor. Once a musician sees you as the one with the deepest pocket, he will switch to the singing your praise. People won't know there is any other person on the dancing floor. This news is brought to you by Okute Daily Talk through NigeriaNews.com. When I get it, when I get it, then forget it. Hasare Dokubo, the 70-year-old man, when I remember him, the Mumu man, reveals which region should produce the next Senate president. Nobody takes your word serious again since he China that you Hasare Dokubo. Former Niger Delta militant Mojahid Hasare Dokubo has opined that the All Progressive Congress APC to zone the 10th Senate president to the southeast. Your opinion does not matter. Nigeria News report that following the victory of the president-select, Bola Tinubu, the agitation has shifted to who becomes the next Senate president and the next Speaker of the House of Representatives. Relevant stakeholders from the southeast have called on the ruling party to zone the next Senate president to the region, while stakeholders from the northwest have called for the position to be given to the zone. Southeast stakeholders anchored their call on the fact that the country failed to produce a Southeast president, hence the region should produce the Senate president. In a live video feed on his Facebook page over the weekend, Hasare Dokubo, the Mumu man, urged the ruling to consider the Southeast region for the Senate president in its zoning formula for principal officers in the 10th Senate. He stated that it would be politically correct to zone the Senate president to the southeast, as it would mend wounds and ensure togetherness, thereby creating unity in the polity. He urged that although the southeast states rejected APC in the presidential election, the region will not have any reason to complain when given the Senate president position. The freedom fighter cautioned that Tinubu might be set up to fail if the southeast is not recognized and may spare doom for his administration. He said, "But for me, Mr. President and my senior brother, give the Senate president to the southeast. All of this country must come together as we mend the wounds we got from the elections." Any claim that the Igbos are underrepresented will be disproved by giving them that position. For the position of Senate President, I have no favorite, according to Hasare Mojahid Dokubo, the Mumu man. Dokubo also stated that the Senate President position in the 10th National Assembly should not be zoned to the South-South region because the zone will occupy a lot of ministerial positions and the biggest in the oil ministry. This news is brought to you by Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the things of life, about today, about tomorrow, about yesterday, and about the future. So whatever you are hearing from my platform, you are getting it from the right source. I don't propaganda and I don't give fake news. So have a nice day, my people. May the Almighty God, the greater God, bless us all, the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. See you when I come back again. Bye for now. Kemesiano.